What's up, everybody? Welcome to SLW's The Elite pay-per-view preview. So, it's a big card. There's a lot of matches on it. Let's get started. First match of the night will be a triple threat match for the SLW Extreme Lucha Championship. The contenders are X, who is undefeated, an incredible record of 8 wins and 0 losses. Then there's Gold Inferno, and his record is currently at 8 wins and only 3 losses. And then there's the reigning champion, who also has 8 wins and 3 losses, Damien. Next up, we're going to hear from Wildside. He's going to be calling somebody out. Then, in the second match of the night, excuse me, we have a 8-woman survivor match. All of these women are going to be going at it to determine who's going to be the #1 contender for the SLW Women's Championship. As you can see, we have Freshly Squeezed, Hit Girl, Cailean. We have Mystic Dani. We have Miss Heckler, Mr. Kaplan, Annabelle, and Melina. Then we have another call out, this time by Negan. Then for the Nolove World Championship. This is a rematch from a couple of pay-per-views ago. We have the #1 contender, Aaron Jaeger, with a record of 6 wins and only 2 losses, against the reigning Nolove World Champion, Rage, with an incredible record, most wins in SLW, 11 wins with only 3 losses. Then we're going to hear from a very promising superstar called Sean Still. And then, for the Terabyte Championship and a Falls Count Anywhere match, the Madman Marz. We will give you his record right now. Let's see. He is 3-3 in singles competition, and he will be taking on the current champion, Zangief. And Zangief is normally a tag team wrestler, but his singles record is 2-0. Then in a grudge match, we have King Young versus Prince Puma. Looking at their records, we see Prince Puma is only 2-6, while King Young, hold up, look up that record, King Young is 6-4. Most of their matches have been against each other. So King Young has been dominating this, and this might be the end of the rivalry tonight, or tomorrow night, that is. Then we're going to hear from the newest member of the roster, Yosef Stone. And then, for the WCW Tag Team Championships, we have Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp versus Heckler and Mr. Ford. Heckler and Mr. Ford had their first match as a tag team and won the tag team titles on Thursday night. Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday have a record of 4 wins and only 2 losses. Then we're going to hear from Tupac. And then, in a big-time grudge match, Hell in a Cell 6-man tag, we have the Knockout Posse consisting of Angelo, Rex, and their leader Doom versus the Crew, Smith, Funboy, and Uncle Butterbuns. Then we're going to hear from Keen. And then another grudge match, we have Black Freeman, a non-affiliate, going up against Matsumoto and Scorpion. These 2 tag teams have been going at it for a while, and let's take a look at their records. Black Freeman and non-affiliate have a very impressive tag team record of 7 wins and only 2 losses, while Scorpion and Matsumoto have 3 wins and 7 losses. Next up, the ECW Championship will be on the line, with Morales going up against the champion Skinner. Let's look at the champ. Skinner has been on a roll lately. He has 7 wins and only 3 losses, while Morales, let's see here, Morales has 7 wins and 4 losses, so that's going to be a very good match, and it's going to be a Mexican death match. Can't wait to see that. Then we're going to hear from Jaybone. And then the Intercontinental Championship will be on the line. Gladiator going one-on-one against the champ, Ahmed. And let's look at those records. Gladiator has a record of 4 wins and 3 losses, while Ahmed has a record of 3 wins and 1 loss. Then we are going to have the WWE Championship on the line. We have Joker versus Jason Voorhees versus the newly crowned champ, Chen. Alright, let's take a look at those records. Joker is undefeated in singles competition at 4 wins with no losses. Jason is also undefeated in singles competition. He's primarily a tag team wrestler, so he has 1 win and no losses, obviously. And then we've got Chen. He's one of the top contenders for every belt out there. He has a record of 8 wins with only 3 losses. And then we have the Women's Championship, the SLW Women's Championship on the line. Pink Zombie finally gets her title shot against the incredible Miss Ford, aka Paper Girl. So, let's take a look at Pink Zombie's record. Pink Zombie, we haven't seen her much in singles competition. She has a record of 1-1, but she's the only one that hasn't really faced Miss Ford for the title. So, now we look at Miss Ford. Miss Ford has an incredible record of 10 wins with only 3 losses, the second best record in SLW as far as wins go. And then for the SLW Tag Team Championships, we have Tekken. That's right, King and Craig Murdoch versus the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Pennywise and Killer Clown. Now let's look at their records, why don't we? Alright. So, the team of Tekken has a record of 3 wins with 5 losses. And Pennywise and Killer Clown have a record of 6 wins with only 1 loss. That's why they're the tag team champs. And then in the main event, this rivalry has been going on for 2 months now. And this is a rematch from last month's pay-per-view. The #1 contender for the SLW Heavyweight Championship, Death, will go up against the champ Yujiro. Let's look at their records. So Death has a record of 7 wins with only 2 losses. And Yujiro has a record of 6 wins with 4 losses. Now, ever since the pay-per-view where Yujiro won the championship away from Death, Yujiro has really been getting his butt kicked by Death in these weekly shows. I mean, Death has just been dominating them. So odds are Death is probably going to win back the championship. Well, tune in, you guys.